All right, Shalom.
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 First and foremost, we like to begin by giving all praises, all honor, all glory
To
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashem
Bashem
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Bashem
Bashem
Rakakwadash.
Rakakwadash.
I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, our teachers that surely do rule well. All right, peace, love, salutations to the men, the brethren around the four corners of this world that continues to spread this word, this gospel, in all sincerity and in truth. Right, also unto the extra men, women, and children whom the Lord will have mercy on in these times. Shalom be unto you. There's a couple brothers here from Great Millstone, Trinidad. Gathered through the spirit, we're chopping it up, spirit very heavy on us as men of the Lord in these last times, the last lap or the last stretch, put it like that, chipping in. And when we say chipping, we ain't talking about, we come together and we just, everybody give $5 or $10. We're talking about putting you all into this. All hands on deck. As the title of the lesson, in fact, everybody going towards the ministry, everyone doing something towards the Lord's body, everyone functioning whereas pertaining to your videos, whereas pertaining to the functionality of the camp, the moving forward in one vibration where it pertains to, even when we had to feast, that type of vibes you put in towards it to make sure that it's something that is on go for the Lord, because this is the Lord's work that we want to push forward. That's why the scripture says he went to hire what? Laborers. So we have to labor. And we have a couple precepts that we want to bring out, brothers, at the point through the spirit. And we, Lord willing, this is edifying and encouraging, to the brothers in these last days to really, as we just say, function, all right, in this ministry.
Just if I could add I think the apostle Paul will say but of the times the Lord don't need not to write unto you, because you already know the times that we living in. Now it's time high time to wake up. Push high time. It's about time. Your brothers don't need to constantly remind you that you had to put your hand to the plow hard. Because at the end of the day, when you realize that you can't do no more works again because the internet crash, or you're not meeting your brother, you're not seeing your brother as much again, that you can't do one thing where you would have wanted to do. You have a kind of regret on your spirit now. You can't do what you wanted to do.
With the scripture says, just start saying, the night cometh when no man can work.
And that is it.
So if the night coming when no man can work, then what the brother saying in a nutshell, the night coming that no man can work. So while it is day, now we have to work, because the night coming when no man can work, where the internet shut off, the farming of the word that we always. And guess what? During this time where the farming of the word is not in full effect, because we seeing it fading away. We seeing it, you understand? This word being preached on the highways and hedges with all the restrictions. Canada, they're making it illegal to go out in the streets and break down scriptures and go into the Bible. That's a crime. And the internet only talks about the internet being shut off and all these things. We're seeing it coming in. So guess what? We have to put in the work. We have to make that investment. This is the time which scripture says, strive to enter into the straight gate. Because many will seek to enter in and shall not be able. When the Lord, the master, he has come and shut to the door, you're gonna be standing without.
Close the breaches. Because I will tell you real quick. There's John 9:4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work.
And that's who's speaking. As Yahweh Shai. That's Yahweh. It's written in red. So if he's saying, I must do the work of my Father who sent me while it is day, much more us. We have to do the work of the Father. We have to be in his image. This is what we're trying to conform to. The image of Yahweh Shai. What did the scripture say? Let this mind be in you as was in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So his mind was on doing the work. While it is, well, he told his mother when they went up to Jerusalem for the Passover, and they desired to find him, and he was among the masters and the doctors. When they found him, what did he say? Don't you know that I must be about my Father's business? When?
Is Revelation 22, says in verse 11, he that is unjust, he says, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. Because when that farmer had the word kick you, whatever position you in, brother, whatever standard you in, that's how you gonna remain. If you filthy, you gotta remain filthy. If you're unjust, you gotta be unjust. Leave just to be unjust. It's done. Because this is the Heavenly Father mercy stretching out his hands by the means of his prophets. So when he send out his hand, he call and you refuse to hearken unto the Heavenly Father word. When the time I done now, farming not the word, he done talk. Let the just remain just now, let the unjust remain unjust.
I hope you're gonna read verse 16. Yeah, read verse 16.
It says, I want to read that verse 14. It says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and enter into the gates of the city. For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. I, Yahushua, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star.
Get the verse where it says, where it says, behold, I come quickly, and my reward to verse 7.
12.
Verse 12.
Verse 12, it says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be.
Nice. According as his work shall be. Say, come quickly. After he say, let the unjust be unjust still. Let the filthy be filthy still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. He said, behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to render unto every man according as his what? Work shall be. So, the Lord is a just power, meaning he's not unrighteous to forget your labor of love. But if you're not laboring in the love, he's going to forget you.
Yeah, come, because to do this is to love the Lord. You understand? What you say? Lovest thou me?
Now, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, bring it all one time. To do this is to love. Because a lot of men who turn their back on this because they not fit for the kingdom, you know. They don't really love the Lord. You understand?
This is John 21 and verse 16. I was at 15, it says, so when they had dined, Yahushua said unto Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my lamb. He said unto him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. And he said unto him, feed my sheep. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, feed my sheep.
And what was that? When we see what that is an example of by the provocation. Because he said he was grieved because he said it to him the third time. So we scripture say provoke one another unto good love and to good works. So that is what he was doing Peter there. That is an example of that. He provoked him because he tell him once, answer you already. Tell him twice, answer you. He ask him again. It's a provocation, and this is what this is about as well. These kind of videos is a part of the provocation to brothers that slacking with their hand. You understand? To put towards the ministry, there's a part of the provocation, provoking you unto good works through these lessons. Whereas when you watch this, you will feel cut. You will feel cut because you're supposed to be doing something and you're not doing it right now. You're supposed to be giving your all to this ministry. You're supposed to be laboring to enter into that rest, but you resting. It's a labor to enter into the rest. That we the scripture say, not a rest to enter into the rest. Scripture have it all in here actually. It's Proverbs chapter 6 and verses 9. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? It says, yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. So you see that? Your poverty will come. You're going to lack. You're going to be in need. And that's what the scripture is saying. And when you're going to be in need, when the servants of the Lord eating and drinking, when that reward is being bestowed upon them because of the spiritual investment that they made, you're going to be in poverty.
And that's what the scripture says, a son of God will not work, he will not plant in time before harvest something. So I can't remember the precept right now, but the Lord know you were saying in that because we would not work before that time. But when harvest come now, what
Because
gonna
they
happen?
want a plan because
You wanna reap the benefits from
Everybody
what
else.
everybody else was doing. But early and truly it wasn't gathering, it wasn't thinking about the times to come.
And that
Sorry,
was
like
that will
that.
fit into the statement, if a man doeth not work, he shall not eat.
It can.
That would you remember the scripture say that? If
Can.
a man work not, he shall not eat.
It can is basically where I was going on and talking that precept actually is like, you have a piece of land, you prep the land, you plant the seed, you water the plants, and basically what your house I was telling Peter, by feeding the sheep, making sure that you do your due diligence, making sure that everyone is being fed. Because same way like a plant, you make sure you water him. So when time to reap, you understand, you reap joy. You understand? So same thing with the body. You understand? Because all of we, it's all of we, the spirit of Yahweh, all of you want to see each other make it. You understand? So at that time, all right, you push him, brother. You push him, when you see him lacking, and going back to the scripture when you say, to restore one, restore such as one. But I've appreciated to back up Calabo, you went down into the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5, verse 7. It says, make no tarry to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day.
pray not from day to day because the spirit will come on you in your mind. Now you bring out that beautifully last night. Where you said it's like a song and singing, right? And most I pray to sing that song. But then you see, it was a spirit to sing the song, but this brother come and do a video. This is it's normal to do videos on brothers' videos,
Yeah,
right?
Lambert.
Because the most I tell them sing that song, but when you put it off now, you put it off from day to day. I put, but yeah, something come up. I will do that tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will do that the next day. You start to pour it off from day to day when you tell it to sing.
Yeah, part is like a broken record. You understand? Because we all do videos we do from all the years, like even the apostles. Right now, the apostles in the spirit are back to basics, back to the basics. So you understand? So we also in the basics. I understand. And the prophecy will reveal, and so we will be into prophecy also. But sometimes they always put you back in the spirit to be back to the basics. So you will continue here. It says, for suddenly shall thy wrath of Yahweh Bashim shall come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
Yeah, you didn't make sure you secure yourself.
Yeah, full election sure.
Yeah, because the Lord say to make sure you secure is what the scripture say the righteous see the evils coming and hide it himself. You see the Lord, you see the times you living in and all these things, and you make sure that you're doing you make sure that you spot your election sure, as brother say. You get the calling, the Lord tell you what to do. And that's the whole charge against the men of the Lord. There's a charge in it, because he say he tell you all things. So what that means that he tell you what to do with your brethren, he tell you what to do with your works, he tell you how to deal with your house. The Lord have an answer for everything, and he make sure you hear it. So when the time come now, you didn't do it and you didn't fulfill none of these things, that there's that charge against you. You understand?
Yeah, you right.
Scripture says it's better that you didn't know than you know what you're supposed to do and don't do it.
That's because you got know the will of the Father, and then you ain't do that. You know the Heavenly Father will. That's the why he said, go into the highways and hedges. He said it like a command.
Can't.
Right?
But we said, when you finish now,
Is the book of Proverbs chapter now, couple Proverbs here.
Yeah.
Read Proverbs chapter 19 and verses 15. It says, slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger.
Oh, same thing with saying in Proverbs here.
God. Reading on, jumping down to verses 24. It says, a slothful man hideth his hand in his bosom.
Hey, and what the Lord say? The men who doing his will and working, I don't know if I'm paraphrasing, they will want nothing. One thing, the scripture say entirely one thing, nothing. You know why? Because they don't have all we need. You're not gonna be thinking and being hunger and being thing because you build up your faith so much, and then faith don't just work by itself. You have faith in the Lord that He's gonna deliver you, but you also did your works. So you're proving to yourself now that alright, I do my works, I do all what the Lord tell me to do, and I have faith in Him. You can't just say, well, the Lord coming and you're gonna save me, like some of these Christians, the Lord coming and save me, but you didn't do nothing to gain that.
You see how a man will get saved? By his works and by his
And
faith
faith.
where he believes.
Ah.
Where he has believed.
That's right. So finishing off, it says, Proverbs 19 and verse 24, a slothful man hideth his hand in his bosom, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Right? Jumping across to chapter 20 and verses 4. It says, the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg in harvest and have nothing.
Nothing.
He's gonna beg in harvest and have nothing. What he harvests? He harvests in the time of the reaping, the end of the world.
So,
Which
what is
the
gain here? What is gain here? Matthew 25. It's storing your oil.
That is what I was thinking.
But that's like, yeah.
No, you can bring it up.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, because what we're doing right now is one we store one. So basically, you're pulling a brother cup, you're pulling your cup also. And that the vibration we're giving out to the four corners of the earth. We constantly, pull each brother's cup. So when that time comes, none of we gonna be in one thing, nothing.
Yeah.
You understand?
But the importance is you put in your work. The Lord say make full proof for your ministry. Meaning that your ministry has to be your own thing. You have to work out on yourself.
That's right.
It's like when the scriptures go down to the potter house, right? So what you was doing, you was making a vessel, right? You now crafting yourself, but the Lord really crafting you, eh? But into His image. But you had to put in your work into building that you add on. It's like Lord gave you that talent and you ain't add nothing onto that. You just
Put it in a napkin.
You put it in a napkin, you ain't working out, you ain't doing nothing with that. You're wasting it, you're wasting time. Scripture says better that you didn't know a quick one here in Proverbs 14, right? In Proverbs 14 and 23, it says, in all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to penury. And we know penury going into poverty. So you could talk all good with the brethren and be like, yeah, well, I know the kingdom, yeah, but I want to have a crown, I wanted this and I wanted that, and say all kind of thing and make it sound real good, but the talk of the talk of the lips.
It have it in Peter still, like, where it says, seeing that you look for such things, seeing that you look for such things, give diligence. So if you're looking for a crown, you gotta be working for that crown too. You can't look for a crown and then in putting the work for a crown. It ain't working, so your reward is to give every man according as his work shall be. What Apostle Paul said, I have fought a good fight, I have finished my course, and I know that there's a crown laid up for me. So when you do the work of the Lord, that is where your confidence is built towards that crown. But when you ain't doing the work, that is where your heart go now start to condemn you. You understand? Your heart go start to you have the plague of the mind. And that's what the scripture say. We don't want give me any plague but the plague of the heart. You don't want them days to come and the Lord are you bug out. Because think about that. You just lost your mind as Jacob trouble come and you eating human flesh. You just gone mad.
Yeah, you did
What the scripture say? Wisdom will be the
Stability of your time.
What's that wisdom? Is this knowledge you have in you? All the script one here, Surah 20 and 30. Wisdom that is hid and treasure that is hoarded up. What profit is in them both? If you had it, I give you that wisdom. What you doing hiding it? It says, for better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom.
Yeah, because really and truly, when you're preaching the word and you're doing the works, you're edifying yourself as well. And that's it. Because you're hearing it constantly. So constantly doing the work is constantly hearing it within yourself. You're warning yourself, you're reminding yourself, brothers out there and also, as the scripture says, iron sharpening iron, you're hearing, brothers. So if you're not even watching videos and all this, you're kind of holding back your own self. You understand? You feel come by hearing and hearing.
So man say when he come, shall I find faith on it?
Can.
So you stuck in that spiritual bank account, you putting in your faith, you building your faith. Faith come by and you're listening videos.
Yeah,
and you're putting in your work. Because faith is by your work.
And that is activate even your spirit too, where you watching that video and just so do a video on that.
Iron sharpened iron, you know that.
Can't even when you're reading, you're reading and you go down into a chapter of like you're going through Matthew, you're going through Luke, whatever chapter you're going through, you must find a video to do out of the chapters. Because you understand?
Because doing video shows that you're reading as well too, because you're not putting your hand to your mouth as the scripture he just reading it. You constantly putting your hand to your mouth as the Lord say, eat the rule.
Yeah.
If you're not studying or you're not reading or you're not taking videos, none of the three, you're holding back yourself from
Salakia.
feeding yourself.
Something now came to mind.
So that,
The scripture says in Job 12 and verse 7, ask nature and it will teach you. Ask the fowls of the air and they will tell thee. Listen. When you listen,
Yeah, good.
all you hearing that chirping constantly,
Can.
and when you don't chirp, so next one chirping, so and next one chirping, so all you listen to that.
Can.
That's how we have to be in the spirit.
That's right.
A man have to be chirping, you have to be constantly chirping.
constantly chirping.
We, the birds,
That's right.
Nature.
why them doing that back and forth so this?
Can.
Communicating.
Can.
They that feared the Lord spoke often one to one another.
Any fish ever looking for it?
Right now,
This conversation, like that conversation.
conversation, right? Yeah,
One-
that conversation.
yeah.
They spoke often, right? They
One-
spoke of
the
Malachi 3, 16, right?
16,
Can.
Yeah.
But still, like, yeah, before you bring back up a precept, you bring out
Maybe
in
we-
Matthew 5 and 15, it say, neither do men, start from verse 14, say, ye are the light of the world, a city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. It said, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel. It say, but on a candlestick. It say, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. It say, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which are in heaven.
And that is the next thing put into this video to whoever looking at this video, right? If this strike and within you, that it is for you to do something within yourself, is that good? Because really and truly glorify the Lord, because that is the Lord working with you. You understand? Because this video here will be applying to me. I might be so bad off, but it's applying to me where I want to be better now. You understand? I want to be better because we coming into a close.
And
God, we scripture
fight
say,
the last lap.
he that judgeth the first, judgeth himself first.
Yeah, the beam.
Yeah,
know?
take out the eye.
Yeah.
I want that add this here to the point that we making with the whole scene, you
See,
know.
like,
Can.
The whole scene, there is Matthew 13 and verses 31 to 32. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like to a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds, but when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a tree, so that birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof. So let's think about it like this. Elder Abba Bivens,
Yeah.
he is the spirit that the Lord used to plant that mustard seed in the earth. That is today now grown. It's grown so that the birds of the air could come and lodge therein.
Can.
That is pertaining to the men of the Lord inside of this truth, coming in. And what the birds supposed to do? You hearing what they're doing? What brought these birds here? Is these trees. These birds not just here because
Yeah, because
it's a nice environment for them.
yeah, before this tree was all big and spread out, it was once
That is it.
a little seed that it grew and it come. It didn't just appear. It grew and come here.
So
You
like,
understand?
going back into what the scripture said, when his son come out, and he was talking about the ones who get planted. But when his son come out, they was planted in stony grounds. Yeah, that is what it's like. Yeah, you bring it out one time.
It's Luke.
Yeah, so we can
Yeah, we jump in that one time.
Luke 8 and verse 5. It says, he saw when I was asked for, and when much people were gathered together and will come to him out of every city, he spake by a parable. You know, see, Lord loved to bring for them parables. So the sower went out to sow his seed. And as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it. And some fell upon the rock, and as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away because it lacked moisture. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up with it, and choked it. And other fell on good ground, and sprang up, and bare fruit hundredfold. And when he had said these things, he cried, he that have an ear, let him hear. And his disciples asked him, saying, what might this parable be? And he said unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven, but unto others in parables, That seeing they might see, and hearing they might hear, and hearing they might not understand. Now the parable is this: the seed is the word of God. Those by the wayside that did not hear, then cometh the devil and take it away the word out of his heart, lest they should believe and be saved. So now we bring it to a man in the highways and byways. We hear the word, sow that seed there. And they hear it and say, hey, that's making around sense, you know. But then the devil come and take that word out and he just going about the merry way.
But think about men. 'Cause you brought it to the highways there, but think about men who came in. It have men who might be in that is stony ground.
Yeah.
Whereas we saw men who was in,
And they get
and the devil come and take away the word that was sown in them. And them going back into this, they should believe. And this the scripture says, take heed lest any one of you, your hearts, be taken with unbelief.
yeah, Colossians 2 and 2.
In departing from the living power.
And
Because the Most High requires us to have faith, to believe in Him. He that cometh to power must believe that He is, and that He is what? A rewarder of them that what?
Diligently.
Diligently.
I've two precepts there.
There's
Yeah,
a bringing the point here.
so like, yeah.
In this 13, verse 13, it says, they on the rock are they which, when they hear, receive the word with joy. And these have no root, which for a while believe, and the time of temptation fall away. So exactly we know that it applies to this one. Because they hear it, they believe for a while. But then afterward, they couldn't endure. And they hear this one now, this is the key point here. And that 14, and that which fell among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth and was choked with cares and riches and pleasure of this life, and bring no forth fruit to the perfection. So now that's some we see for that time, then you're for a certain time now.
Yeah.
3 years. You understand? But then after all of a sudden, I will go back and sing for the world. I want Ben to drive, I don't want to see that. Yeah, it's to get caught up. So now it's to get choked. So you grow to this point, but there are next stone here. But there's some grass was blocking that sun, was blocking the light. So that was a stumbling block to you there. So you couldn't grow. You stopped there now, going back with the cares. And this life, going back into the world.
You stun right there.
And that we have to fear the Lord, because that tree that growing, it cannot control what is around it. It cannot control its environment. It takes someone, the husbandman, have to see that and move that on. Because the Holy Tree moving it on for itself. So that's why we have to fear the Lord. We have to pray and ask the Lord to remove thorns in the way. Move thorns. Make sure that we on good ground. We want to be on good ground, Father.
And that thorns even go back in do a lesson pertaining to distraction. And serious distraction is becoming upon brothers, you understand? Some is video games, some is women, some is work, some is a lot of things, you understand? But basically in the time we're in right now, your attractions is supposed to be being on fire, being rooted and grounded in this thing. Always giving out a sound of alarm, because alert, because the enemy coming like a flood soon.
We're not saying, that's what I tell you, we're not saying that every minute they have to do every minute. No. Brothers have lives, in the sense of lives with responsibilities, where you have to function even on a kind of level. Where you have to go to work. You have to think pertaining to the upkeeping of your household and putting certain things in place. So you have to let me put it like that, you have to make time for that.
Hey, Salakia is a Netflix series that I watching right now called Travelers now. But they basically is time travelers right through the reincarnate, right? And they keep going into other bodies now. But one of the protocol one is the mission come first, because they have to assume the bodies that they go into, brothers can look it up, they have to assume the lives of the bodies them that they going into, and they have to do everything that they're supposed to do in their life. So that's what you say in the real spiritual, because they had one of the FBI agents, he had to go to work, be a FBI agent, he had to see about the wife thing. Next one is a gym, he had to go to the gym, everything. But protocol one, what it is called, because there are 4-5 protocols. Protocol one is the mission come first. So what the brother saying is spiritual putting into that. The mission come first.
And
So
And
you
that
have
is
to
it.
always remember the
And that is
Lord
the balance.
and put it first, although you're doing everything.
That is the balance. The balance is not you're making it equal with your works for the Lord and your works in the world. No? Your balance is the works for the Lord have to be up here, and your works in the world have to be down here. That is the real balance. That is the real balance.
That is righteousness.
It
at
had to
all
be
times.
outweighed. You understand? You have to put in the work for the Father
That's right.
more than you're doing any idle thing. We read about idleness. We read about what idleness does. You understand? It tends to penury, poverty.
Some precepts there. This is putting into Luke chapter 8 verse 13. I will bring all this precept here. It say it say in the book of Revelation 3 and 10, you know, it say blessed, it's like it say because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all those who try them that dwell upon the earth.
Like China the MOTV.
That's right. That's
Like
right.
the Lord might put check on.
Can.
The Lord gonna bring that to try the whole world. He said
Yeah.
because you kept the
Who
word,
would have my patience?
because you do this good work. He said, but I'm bringing out you're not done right. Just don't forget. So because you do this, I go and keep you here.
I preserve in your soul.
And he also said with that to add was like in the Bible like apostle, he also said to add to that he wouldn't give you more than you could bear. He will leave away for you to escape. So that with them burdens, it's gonna be serious. So the Lord now telling you that here going on. I wouldn't make it be so hard on you that you eat human flesh. I wouldn't make you think, but you have to endure. You endure. Yeah, that man, I will save you out of this one.
So like even the precept when the enemy coming like a flood.
Right.
If you have a standard, that
No,
standard
but
is
you
our
see that?
that standard is our a way to
Escape.
escape.
And yes,
But then what came to mind, what we touched on with that woman. Remember the woman whose heart is as snares and nets. He that is will escape from her.
Yeah, can.
But the sinner shall be
taken
taken by her. That is not just
Mm.
literal woman. No.
Nah.
That woman whose heart is as snares and nets is vibration of this world.
You talk about the strange woman.
Who
Change
right.
from
trying
one,
to
is it?
take you in.
And the reason why
Stop
that's
now.
strange
When I-
woman too, because we have a woman, Sophia.
That's right.
So that woman is not a strange woman unto we. You know, you go talk about wisdom. You tell her all the things that wisdom will do. Wisdom will present unto them that keep in the word. Wisdom will guide you. Wisdom will this. Wisdom will go throughout the whole earth, trying everything. But then Lord talk about the strange woman now. The strange woman will die. The woman will fuck you up.
Things go down to the grave.
You understand?
Finishing it off in verse 11, it says, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So when you go into the book of Galatians chapter 1 and 6, it says, I marvel that I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that call you into the grace of Yahushua unto another gospel, which is not another, but there is some that trouble you and would prevent the gospel of Yahushua. But though we or an angel from heaven preach another gospel unto you, then that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Right.
You understand? So when you see all these other camps coming, like they suiting your wickedness, as the brothers giving an analogy. Their righteousness be your balance righteous here, and the whole here basically. You understand? Can.
So like, just to add to it, because you just touched on the other camps, but we hitting home here right now. You understand? These other camps, fuck them.
Yeah,
Right? We seen within this ministry that they had men, right? They had men that was amongst us, and they come and start to preach another gospel. They just rise up within them to speak another gospel where they start to talk about now you could the heathens could make it. That happening with them guys who was in what's this camp name? Boston.
Yeah.
GMS Boston. Well, the bug outs that was there. Right? The brothers in GMS Boston, they holding strong, but they had bug outs
outs.
came out of them who went on to another gospel.
And
And you see Marvel.
that's not even a particular thing because that happening with brothers right around the world.
Mm.
That happening is like a cancer. It has come as seducing spirits. Look, right in Trinidad here, brothers come up with their own doctrine
Mm-hmm.
and they come in with this thing, but it's not something new. It's something that we see happening. So the scripture says, "He that standeth, take heed, lest he fall." You understand? Because you have to take heed of yourself and take heed of what's going on around. You
That's
understand?
something here to add. There's 1 John 5 and verses 18. It says, "We know that whosoever is born of the Most High sinneth not. But he that is begotten of power," right, "keepeth himself." Keepeth himself. So you have to keep yourself. And that way talks about even in 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter. "He that keepeth and is kept shall be both preserved, and the womb preserved shall deliver up the things that were grown within her." So as well as your body Most High to keep you, you have to keep yourself. So within the keeping of the Most High to keep you alive, there must be a demonstration of you keeping up yourself, meaning you're showing for the works that is going to attain to you being kept. Ultimately, in those times, that's why the brother read, "Because thou hast kept," he said, "thou hast kept," because thou hast kept the word of my patience. So you had to keep up. You can't say, "Well, the Lord and it's up to the Lord, and that is not my portion." No, you have to strive.
Like you say in my the Lord delay coming.
Mm-hmm.
Delay coming, so what I will do, I will just take my time and just hear
Nah.
because he taking so long to think because at that point in time I was just real on fire. But it's like the Lord delayed coming, boys. And let's get sluggered because
Yeah,
he
but
taking
that
too
is not the
long,
spirit
man.
of a watchman. Because a watchman has to always be on his watch.
Mm-hmm.
And not just watch. Yeah, he had to watch himself and then he had to watch the surrounding world.
Look at that, rain falling and we even going on. We even got no like we properly shade for this lesson to continue on because this had to come out.
Yeah, come on.
This have to come out. Rain is falling right now. And we under a tree here and the rain is not pouring upon us. Little drizzles coming in, but it's not affecting us the way we have to rack up. Because this which scripture say his word shall distill as it dew fall from as rain from heaven above. You understand that? So this word had to go out. And guess what? That is happened when the sower sowed the seed. For that seed to grow, what had happened? The watering had to take place. So whatever ground it on, it didn't just go in and spring up just like that. It had to be watered. And this is that watering. So that wherever ground you on, it's going to grow up and it's going to go through that phase of manifestation as to who you are. That is what's going to happen.
So that them have the sense because that's why going back into the unicorn, you understand, can go back into your camp channel. You understand? Basically that your ground. So you want to plant a seed there, you understand, and you're seeing brothers taking it in, brothers feeding, brothers they don't sow the seed, you understand, and they start to grow up. You understand, by your brothers watching in and taking in, coming on the comment, but even when they go live, brothers tune in so they actually be out in the field with you also. You understand, they also reaping the benefits because they're taking in, the breakdowns when you're going on into the word, the encouragement, you understand, the restoring of the word, you understand? So it's a yappa thing, so that's show how the Lord reach out the word to the four corners of the earth. And the scripture say in the book of Habakkuk 2 and 14, they say for knowledge shall cover it's like a water cover the sea. So the word reach out to the four corners of the earth. Nobody can never say, they get the 100% truth from the men of great millstone. So when they come with that seducing spirit, you understand, it's because they was basically not of us. You understand? Because the scripture said let all of us speak the same thing. And let everything done through the same diligence. And let everything done decently and in order. You understand? So, it's the apart
Is that order to do this? Order we to do this. Just till I come give attendance.
Occupy
Till
I come.
And then he say in it's to the 9.
Yeah.
To the 9 and 1.
Occupy
in prophecy.
and give it his mind to the law of the Most High.
So you will be always having this godly conversation. Right? And as that Malachi is supposed to come out.
Yep.
Malachi 3 and 16. It says, then they that fear the Lord. They that fear the Lord. How you show your fear? by doing this.
That's right.
Right? It says,
Fear the Most High, the whole duty, man.
"You
Fear
will
the,
duty
fear the Most High
and
and keep His commandments.
keep his commandments." We were commanded to do
Mhm.
this. He sent out the 70 two by two, I believe. Right?
2 by 2.
2 by 2. It says, "Then they that fear the Lord speak often one to another." There's a conversation going on here. And by all you know it, all you know it. You want to see a spirit spark up same way in a different country, reaching out to different brothers on the same topic.
Yep. And that has been happening this entire week. In fact, this Passover here,
Mm-hmm.
that has been happening. Videos like that. I saw a video entitled, "Is Your Cup Running Over?" I saw another video by a brother. The Lord did not die for you to become sluggard. You understand? Topics like that. So it emphasizing on the purpose we here right now. The purpose we here is to fulfill the work of the Father. That is why we're here in this ministry today. This is not a place for you to lax. This is not a place for you to just make excuses. It's not a place for you to just get caught up with the affairs of this life. As I was drawing the analogy last night, the Lord went to hire laborers. And think about the Lord went to hire laborers. Men came in, and when they came in, you see, it's a lax zone.
Yeah,
like
stand
you
up.
just, it's a zone for you to relax.
And men working hard.
That means his lies was told up in front.
Mm.
And the Lord is not a liar.
Can't.
They say, "Lord, the man that can't lie."
So if the Lord say up front is laborers he's looking for, when you come in, he's expect to see what? Work going on.
Can't. Can't.
So don't make the Lord a liar. The Lord never say he bring men in this to relax.
No reform.
He never say that. So don't do that.
Probably get it.
You see, Salaka, you see, we found your work fit, we found your work perfect. Now we see in Revelation, we found your work perfect. We mean, you see, he watching it constantly, reports given her.
The angels.
You like Boban Weaver on a man and he, well,
Yeah,
like,
you ain't gonna believe.
we see in your videos, yeah.
Yeah.
But I believe you're supposed to be doing anything because I might think everybody doing
Yeah.
anything. So mean, but to check
Check you.
what really going on with you as your standard.
Can't.
But then you see come about with me here, but them angels giving reports. You
Yeah.
can say the angel always behold the face of the Father. So them constantly reporting. Hey, this is what this man do today. Whole week I just I on Instagram, I on TikTok, and I not praying in them lessons, I not reading, I not praying, I not fasting, I not trying not. And I the video game report that this man is of the world. He just constantly doing things of the world. You don't know like nice report to be yeah, to tell you how shine. I angel take note and say yeah, how shine. This is what the camera doing. This is what this brother doing here. This is what this brother doing here. Now you see, coming with gifts and a reward. So he listening to what this man doing to know what is your reward.
Can't.
Right.
Book of First Timothy, no, wait a second. Second Timothy chapter 2 and verse 4. No man that worth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
Yeah, you get choose
To be a soldier.
to be a soldier.
To be on the battlefield.
To be on the battlefield.
You wave your sword one.
We should just say
royal
him that hold let his
Sword
sword from
of
shedding
blood.
blood. Like what you doing there when you come in here and wine?
Yeah.
You're holding your blood from you're holding your sword from shedding blood and you say, whoa.
Yeah, I wish I always me mention the picture. I wish I say, Father, leave me not alone, for I do always the things that please
Please
him.
him.
Jump up at verse 2.
Verse 2.
Yep.
Verse 2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same cometh thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
So how you get faithful now? What make you call you faithful? Because you doing what you say, I show myself faithful. Right? I show my faith.
You are faith-based.
By my
By
works.
that going back into the the Revelation 22:12, he come to reward every man according to his works.
Yeah, well, the scripture say, faith is the evidence of things not seen, right? So really and truly, what most of the men in the ancient days, they move off of faith.
As you mentioned ancient days, I don't know if you finish your precept, but let me dive into when they were actually working. Efficient.
Yeah.
They were literally at work, and you see the Lord used a lot of things that was happening there practically to give us a message in this time. So whereas pertaining to when the Lord told Peter to go and fish, and the first fish you catch, inside that fish mouth, you would find money to pay for me and you. What he told him to do is to go and work. Because he was now bringing to the Lord, they're asking if you're paying taxes and things. And then the Lord said, what? Go to work. Go to work. And when you go to work, you would get the money in the fish mouth, the first fish you catch. So while we're working, the Lord will be what? Providing for us. Because wait part you ever see that? In a fish mouth, only fish you ever, only cocoa you pull out, and you ever find money in it?
No.
You never find money in it. But as you work, like Peter work with fishers of men. So while we fishing for men, while we fishing for the Lord, it's at times, you ever receive a blessing in the truth? Like you need it, and you got. You need it and you got. You're doing the Lord work, and you need it, and you got. And this is what the Lord was. We could bring other analogies pertaining to that whole aspect as well, but this is one of the main analogies here that the Lord was dealing with. Do my work, and while doing my work, you will get your reward. You will get, because in this life we see the Lord working for us. Case and point, what could we, as we shared, brother shared, like, what could we live in?
Which part, then, isn't it on the Edomites that happening? We working and getting paid. When you work, you get paid. And you get results out of working. Work, you get paid.
Precept here. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 7. It says, and these things give in charge that they may be blameless. It says, but if any man, but if any provide not for his own house, for his own, for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he had denied the faith and is worse than an infidel.
And that is something scary. You deny the faith because you're not putting your hand to the plow. The Lord say you're not fit to be in the kingdom. That is something serious. Them things was there.
He that put his hand to the plow and look at back.
Look at back.
Like that lesson and all. On it, you know, you're plowing, so you have to be looking on. You're walking crooked. Now, if you walking crooked, well, when you plowing, it's each other zig and zog it up. Because you're walking crooked. Why you walking crooked? Because you're looking back. You're not eyes focus and fix single onto your shine. Yeah, that is it.
I want to dive. I don't care. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 18 verse 13. It says, the mercy of man is towards his neighbor, but the mercy of Yahweh is upon all flesh. He provided and nourished and teacheth and bringeth and again as a shepherd his flock. Verse 14 says he had mercy on them that receive discipline and that diligently seek after his judgment.
Yeah, key points, diligent, key another key point, shepherd. You know, the Lord say feed his lamb. When the scriptures tell us that the kingdom of heaven is like a man to take a far journey and he left the house in charge of the portals and all these things. The Lord was actually telling you that he leaving work for you to do. When you come back now, when the master of the house return and see you doing your work, you understand? It's really and truly the work that already has been done. Because if you didn't do nothing and you hide your talent or whatsoever, what the master say unto that servant to hide the talent if anybody can or can.
Yeah, take that on and give it to you one
The wicked servant.
Wicked servant.
You see, you know it. That was an awesome man, and you know the will. You didn't know the will was to come and see you working.
Right? And the thing is, we know the Lord coming back terrible. You thinking the Lord coming back nice? To talk to you then and think now is the time, the Lord, you know, to read, to understand what you're reading and apply it, you know. We know the power that we serving. Terrible. The scriptures say, oh, we coming back. He coming back nice and humble to talk to you. He coming back to shake you up now.
That's what we paraphrase in this piece of it. Say, blessed is that when the Lord cometh, see to find to doing
doing.
And son of man comes and you find faith on his feet.
The Lord ain't coming back to be nice and talk to everybody else, you know. When he scripture, when he came before, he came humble. He came silent. You know, as me and the brother went through that time back, the Lord said he didn't come to stir it up. He didn't come wilding out. He came humble.
Right.
But the next time he comes,
You see, because the lion come out the chicken. You see, he
Yeah.
come out, he
Yeah.
come as an alarm before, and he just, the alarm is just take the slaughter. A
That's it.
sheep for the slaughter, he take that. But no, he ain't coming like that.
No.
He
Yeah.
come to plead with nobody, he come to talk to nobody.
He tell Peter, put back his sword in your sheep,
I could
because
call Legion here.
now is not the time for that. I could have called Legion here, and I put that in a song the other day because it strike a nerve in me. The Lord say, the thing that he could have do. You know, I could have called Legion. You know, see, Lord call on Legion that now is not the time for that. You know,
I'm just gonna come and swarm the place and
so with that
done the
now
party.
the scriptures in Wisdom of Solomon 12, when they think the Lord cannot be of that full power, he showed them. I just want to bring it out real quick just to prove our point. You know?
That beautiful precept and then your pocket for.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon
Don't
12.
show with thy strength.
And to them that know
Know
it,
it.
it is manifest boldness unto them.
Bring
because
it out there.
because these men, the men who know it, is men who don't already know. We already know. We scripture say, the terror of the Lord we persuade men. We already know how dreadful the Lord is.
Don't let me to remind you.
Yeah. Right? But there are men, other nations right now, there's some of them thinking the Lord soft. Men who in the world, like this one who here, they eating pork and bowl, and like F God, F this boozy, the rapper. Like he eating pork and say, really, I'm hungry, and the Lord telling me I can't eat pork. But F this, I can't have a curse, but they don't understand that had judgment for that. You know, it might seem as words now, and I what I love about this truth. Everything seems as normal and just words and men just talking because it's nice. But that's the mercy of the Lord. The mercy, Lord, and the mercy really is for the elect. You understand? The Lord showing you while you're yet at liberty, you could have think, but you know that gate coming to close, right?
Bring that out and then I'll bring out the sun.
Right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, now straight to the point, 12 and 17. And it reads, for when men will not believe that thou art of full power, thou showest thy strength, and among them that know it, thou makest their boldness to manifest.
Righteous and bold as a lion. And that is even the wisdom of Solomon 5. Then shall that righteous man stand with boldness. Right.
This,
you want to be able to stand boldly in that time.
Confident.
Confident.
That I do the work that Paul is doing.
yeah, because this Wisdom of Solomon 12 on the whole is a lesson by itself.
Yeah.
Where it says in just jump into verse 12 real quick, it says, for who shall say, what hast thou done? Or who shall withstand thy judgment? Or who shall accuse thee for the nations that shall perish? Who shall say, what an unrighteous man?
No, I can't say that.
Who could say that? What you doing there? Who could stop the Lord in the tracks and say, well, hey,
especially when you bring judgment after having spoken so much.
yeah.
You can't say the Lord, that wasn't the right thing to do to this man, or you should not do. No, the Lord done laid on everything. He said, this is what you have to do if you want to make it. The scripture say many perish in this life because they have what? Disobeyed the commandments. He gave straight commandments what you should do to avoid punishment. You understand? So you have to follow them straight commandments if you don't want to be punished. So when you judge, you're going to judge with equity. You're going to judge righteously. The scripture says the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning he's going to bring a judgment to light.
But their judgment is indignation, a righteous anger.
Fast pace at the back up here. This is the book of Second Peter. Second Peter chapter 4, verse 40. It says, if ye be reproached for the name of Yahushua, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh, for Hashem Yahushua resteth upon you. On their part, and on their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. Say, but let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as a evildoer, or a busy body in another man's matter. And so they don't blameless. So when we stand bold, we stand bold being blameless. You understand? So when it comes for us, we know it was in the sun. You understand?
Yeah, just like our Lord, because really and truly, they persecuted the Lord and he didn't do nothing. You understand? The Lord, and the same thing, we had to be harmless. We had to be, alright, so when they persecute us, they have a judgment now for all what they do unto us.
You see, you're a sheep without blemish.
Yeah.
Okay, even to the enemy, Pilot say, I find no fault in this man.
What for him?
Yeah, because was he charged? Was he charged? Charged him with? They charged him with treason. But they say treason to the state.
Yeah.
And that's why
Hate speech.
Hate speech, you know. And the house I say, well, hey, you're not really, you know. But it means you're the father they hate, you know. They hate the Lord, so they're gonna come down on you because they're against the Lord. The word is ruled to be anti Yahweh. This rule is anti Yahweh. They don't want no part of that. This rule is to be in wickedness and you understand?
scripture say, come and say, scripture say, rapid pilot, right? Wash your hand from that.
Yeah.
So what them say? We are no king but
Yeah,
Caesar, let blood be pop on us.
Yeah.
Kill them, crucify him, crucify him.
Spread back,
That
you
wasn't the Jews on them. So in wisdom of Solomon too now, come and tell you, let we kill the righteous man.
Yeah.
Who's that? That was Yahweh Shai.
Sorry,
Let we see if we was claiming as the son of God.
Can't.
That we did that say.
Can't.
He boasts
Killing the
that he's the
Jews.
son of God.
Can't.
So let we see if you know. That was going into the Israelites. So Yahweh Shai firstly.
Can't.
Wisdom of Solomon too.
And they yet to see it because when they say if the Lord be his power, he would help him.
He will help them.
They yet to see the Lord help us. When they start to see men when men raising up our standard and they start to see Yahweh shall return, they see transfiguration taking place. They start to see, you know, these men out of everybody. We say that what the scripture says the strangeness are the salvation and they was in derision because they start to see these men, the salvation of these men.
Even when they see how the Lord, as He promised, my servant shall eat.
Shall eat.
When they see that,
Yeah.
My remnant.
because when the time of before the whole deliverance, there's a time called Jacob's trouble. And in Jacob's trouble, the Lord's men will be taken care of. And then there's a lot of you the Lord is going to cause you to witness that the Lord's servants is eating. They are drinking, they are in peace, they are in joy, while you in sorrow.
Yeah, you eating sand and mud and all kind of thing, and all kind of thing fighting up to
They
make
eating
it.
flesh, human flesh. That's what they're going to be
Yeah,
doing.
can't. Because you see any man, you're gonna be seeing him in a lot continent. You know, the face still looking like thing. They then sucking the ribs and touching ribs. You will still seeing on the you will still be seeing them. You know, they might be fully clean and all these things, but at the end of the day, they will know that they have a light on them. You're gonna make them we say you're gonna make the man more precious than fine gold. You're gonna have a man looking his men I should say looking good. You understand? It's not to say that thing, but the spirit that will be on them will be noticing everything. The spirit that will be on the man will be noticing the surroundings.
And then they will be real birds too.
Yeah.
Real birds too.
Yeah,
no?
they really
Like
can.
Isaiah 4 Apostle Tad is always going, that is going to be begun yet.
Yeah,
It's
can.
good, you know,
Can.
to explain
Yeah,
for the men
well,
don't understand.
The
this.
females, Isaiah 4 and 1.
Yeah,
You understand?
Yeah, can.
Isaiah 4 and 1.
Can. When you're ready to jump in.
Yeah, there's Luke chapter 5 and we will start at verses 1. And it came to pass that as the people pressed upon him to hear the word of power, he stood by the lake of Gennesaret and saw two ships standing by the lake. This pertains to Yahweh Shai, right? This something that happened 2,000 years ago. This is a literal event. This was happening. The people came, pressed upon him to hear the word of the Most High, to hear what he had to say. All right? And while he was in that process of teaching the people, preaching unto them, it says he saw. So he had to envision it now. People coming to be taught by the Lord, and while that moment happening, the Lord like he tuned into something else. He started to look at the two ships that was standing by the lake. So he's zoned into a different, as you always say, a realm. He's going into a realm here now, and this realm that he's going into is a lesson for us. And here where it's going to go into see. But the fishermen were going out of them and were washing their nets. So what does that mean? If the fishermen out of the boats, out of the ship, and washing the net, like when you take the net off the boat and you're preparing it, so you're not at work, you're washing your net. Reading on, it says, and he entered into one of the ships, which was Simon's. And who's Simon? Simon is Peter, like David. He entered into the. You see, the Lord dealing with a specific ship. He's dealing with a specific house, as you're saying. He's dealing with a specific vessel. So it's no what I'm saying. with this realm the Lord going into, you have to take every junkie of it as a spiritual message. The Lord ain't dealing with every ship. It's a certain ship he dealing with. Although there were two ships, it have a certain house. And which house we see in that is right now?
Is Amos 9 is up the tabernacle of David and close up the breach.
That's right.
It was a breach, something in the middle, right? Separating the two. And he go closing that breach. We like the two, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. He elect out of them.
That's right, because when you go into the book, when it's like when you go into chapter 2, when it say and two ships standing by the lake.
Like verse 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically southern and northern kingdom. You really watch it in that aspect because you go back to the word stick. You understand? Because when it comes to more also it's like yeah, when it go into washing the nets, and they go back into trimming your lambs. You understand? You come back to 25. And these are the ones who trim their lambs. You understand? Basically, basically they're getting themselves prepared. You know, the pain of the because when you really watch it, it have when they clean your net, when they fix the repair your net, they make it sure it's perfect, sufficient.
Yeah, that's like Psalms 119, we would say, where with the shall a young man
Cleanse his
cleanse his way
ways.
by taking heed. So really, actually, you're organizing yourself
Self.
to become a fisher of men.
That's right.
That's right. And guess what? At this period, you're pertaining to this specific juncture. As we read on, you're going to see the mind frame that they were in as pertaining to what they were doing. They weren't preparing themselves to go and work on it. Listen to what it's going to say here. We don't know, and it says, and he entered into one of the ships, which was Simon's, and prayed him. Prayed him. So the Lord beckoned unto him. The Lord told him. It says, which prayed him that he would thrust out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the people out of the ship. Now when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a draught. And Simon answering said unto him, Master, we have toiled all the night and have taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net.
So like yeah, and let's go back to when Apostle Car was going on into it, when Apostle Gaba and Apostle Taha was telling him, hey, don't give up on this. Because basically they did when they didn't have the unicorn as yet, they was just toiling, and they wasn't seeing no fruit until they realized the brothers from Connecticut. They see, it's net, it's already net. And they started the fish had to come in. So and let's just add into that. Come to my thing.
And what the Lord was telling them is here to keep the work going. Keep the work going. Because what Peter was saying, Lord, we toil all night.
And that's an excuse. Night.
Right.
You understand? Yeah, because really actually when a lot of people that are coming is with through the unicorn. You understand? The unicorn is something that people sort of there's like a beacon in other words, but they will go down into that later on. Right?
It's like a net same way too now. Well, when you cast a net, because if you understand the sea could represent a world. You understand? So when you cast a net in the world, you cast the word out. You understand? So the world, so the who and receive it is the ones them was predestinated to go back into the book of Jeremiah. So he ordained thee, you understand, to be a prophet among the nations. So this is the ones that he going to ordain to get caught up in and they know the song. And then Revelation 14.
In Matthew 13, it tells us that the net also is drawing of all kind. So the good and the bad. You understand? But we say we're going to do, he's going to cast the bad away, but the good was brought into the vessel.
And that's what we do as fishermen.
Yeah, we pull it out.
Like salvation.
Only on clean fish we throw it away, and only good fish we keep it ourselves for benefit, for profit, for gain or blessing. Is a blessing in a sense.
So at the command of the Lord, despite having toiled, and that we was going into earlier, men, because these are fishermen, so that means they know about fishing. They fish. That way Simon was saying, we fished. So it have men in this truth, right, that have been fishing, but then at some point they would have gone weary. This is what happened here. Because we saying it, we gotta drill into what you telling the Lord. Lord, we have toiled all night, but at thy word we will cast out the net again.
Yeah.
So the Lord had to encourage them to do what? To keep on
doing-
fishing.
Calm down.
That is it. To keep on fishing. Now is not time to wash out the net. To have the net rest down. Now it's time to keep on fishing. We say he saw them washing the nets.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to see that. It's not that he wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to see the net in the deep. He wanted to see the net casted.
Mhm.
All right. So reading on, it says, reading it again, verse 5. And Simon answered and said unto him, Master, we have toiled all night and have taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word I will let down the net. And when they had this done, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their net brake.
Mhm.
And they beckoned unto their partners which were in the other ship,
Yeah.
that they should come and help them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Going,
Well,
I'll just,
Yeah, you go.
I'll just go in and say, going back to where you mentioned about the apostles,
Can.
with their period where they toiled and 10 years no fruit, right? But then now this is the net breaking here.
Can. Net break.
Look at this Israelite thing gets so big.
Can.
It pushed through all the
It's a
four
trend.
corners of the
Yeah,
earth.
can.
All right, where there's a lot of work to be done. Whereas the more these different groups pop up, that means we need to do work
Yeah, defend the gospel.
because it have a lot of fish gravitating to this net,
And unclean
Yeah.
and clean.
and a lot of the work going on be too to cast the bar away.
Yeah, can.
Because men gonna be come with all kind of wayward doctrines on clean fish. You understand? So we need, I just said here, and that they should come and help them. And these were the apostles are saying to us today. Put in the work.
That's right.
Put in the work. Both northern and southern kingdom, brothers from both kingdoms, all tribes. The 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe. Right? Had to put in the work.
And you see the sequences happening with it where he's to send for the partner, send him for the northern kingdom.
Yeah.
You
that's
see, I
what
wouldn't,
it is,
I wouldn't,
That's right.
I wouldn't magnify
yeah.
Ephraim against Judah to raise them up at the same time. Because he raised up first to the Judite pushing out that word, and then he called back to the partners to the northern.
That's right.
Simon is a
Simon.
Judah. Peter is Judah, representing the house of Judah, David.
That's right.
Yeah, because there's a lot of work going on too. You know, when you really understand the net breaking too, there's a lot of work. There's plenty work to do now. You know,
I'm precept for that.
yeah.
Right, that is it.
Yeah.
Matthew 9 and verse 37, then said he unto the disciples. I was at 36, but when he saw the multitude, he was moved with compassion on them because they fainted and they were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few.
Pray for, yeah.
Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers unto his harvest.
That's it.
Plenty work to be done, but the laborers few. See, pray for men, to beckon to the partners, pray for men to come in, and the men come in. But then the men, with their hand on their shoulder like this,
All hands on deck.
then, what is this? What going on?
Can go back into the
You have to
arms,
laborers he looking for.
Can.
Workers, servants.
Because basically when you go to the arm, the work to come is for few. You understand? Yeah, can. That is good. But so like going back into the sea also, the sea is a dangerous place. You understand? But if you really watch it right, it's going back into the truth. You understand? We're counting course and all these things. Don't have to weigh in because we have our ultimate enemy, which we know is Esau Edom. You understand? No, if you have a short time, because right now, you know, brothers, we'll run through the scene quick. I'm sure the scene quick. Where right now with film on the 8th, they're gonna try to do their catch and collide and all this stuff. So while we working and we putting in due diligence, the demon, the devil, that serpent, you understand, that subtile beast sometimes is free. He also putting his due diligence and he putting all his enchantments, he busy on his work. Nah, we can't go down just so. Better go to, yeah, he ain't going down with a fight. You understand? So that's why we also had to push and show that, hey, we want this also. For it to be a pick me. You understand? So we had to show with due diligence and we had to, you know, when we cast that net, you understand? We had, because we understand what I'm saying, woo! Because as a fisherman, when you're casting it, we had to watch out, you had to watch your net. You don't make sure I'm watching that. You making sure you're watching your blue light, so it ain't out, or if it's drifting on any sticking or anything like that. So you have to make sure that hey, you had to put in your work so anytime you had to pick up on your net quick. You understand? So that you think about it, always have to be as a watchman when you're on a tower and you see the enemy coming in like a flood, they give out a signal, they give out an alert. Hey, the comment, shake up the comment. You understand? So there's a warning we giving out. So they're going back into the when we sigh and cry. You understand? We're showing Israel to repent, but the ones who repent, what's gonna happen to them? They're gonna get destroyed. So we're giving out their hey, come bidding out to the wedding. You understand? But the ones who don't come in, you understand? The ones that come with that strange come, hey, cast one train among we also. They won't come and fashion themselves among the brethren.
I would just say, he them won't love me, so the blood will be upon your head.
And,
And that I was saying, I was just going to say that even to when it's trust was in the deep, even that was symbolic because
yeah,
you know it certain it's like a you could be right here preaching, you know, but with the unicorn it helps to trust out in the deep, you know, the whole world. You understand where the deep. Because he saw things that he will make the internet to spy and to do whatever, but really and truly it's for the Lord work to circle the earth quick.
No, but gospel must be preached to the four corners of the earth. So we jumping and playing here,
exactly. Yeah, and that's what, and that's the next thing to show them false camps and pastors. They want to get, they say yeah, they got playing because they gotta go fight wherever, but really and truly they do a video here. And they're reaching to
they're going deep because the deep is further out.
Further, yeah.
That's right. That's why you say let me
Deep
go.
is further out.
That's why you outside say let me go out. Let me go further out onto the deep. You understand? So let me take it to another level. Let me go away. Because we're back into the book of I think second Corinthians 7 when it say let me see if I bring it out fast. Second Corinthians 7 and I'll start from verse 3. See, and I said, speak unto my Lord. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place that is made, that it might, that it might be deep and great, but put the entrance were narrow and like a river, where I say who, verse 5 say, who then should go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it, if he went through, if he went not through the narrow, how should he come into the broad? There is also another thing, a city is built and set upon a broad field, and is filled of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and it is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as there were fire on the right, and on the left a deep water. So basically, you understand, when we go away, we had to know when we go out to do the works, you understand? Because scripture saying in the book of Romans, I think Romans 12, when we present our bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable for the testimony of Yahweh Bashim and Shai. You understand? Well,
Which is like this. That sea that is set, right? Where the entrance is narrow to enter into that sea. That sea there is pertaining to the kingdom.
That's right.
That sea to enter into that sea, you have to go through the narrow. Now, when you think about that going through the narrow, that narrow is like that straight. The scripture talk about straight is the way. You understand, that leadeth unto life. Broad is the way lead to destruction. When you talk about straight, it's talking about a narrow. It's talking about a position of difficulty, a position of restraint, like a straight jacket. When you're in a straight, when they put you out like you're playing mad and you're going sentence and you're playing real mad, but it's put you in a straight jacket that you can't just do what you want. We have to walk this narrow. You cannot do what you want here. It have a certain way it has to be. And to make it true, you have to be that specific way because it's a dangerous place. You understand? Where it's fire on one side, deep waters on the next.
Yeah, like on that tightrope. You know, them walking on this tightrope, but to be walking on a tightrope, you have to be skilled. Because if you lean so, you could fall. If you have to be balanced walking on that, because everybody knows that tightrope, them Them
The line like a walking
I
on
know
the
the
line.
walking on the
Yeah,
line.
yeah,
To
I-
walk
yeah,
on
I-
that,
yeah,
have to be skill and balance.
Yeah, we see how to be balanced.
Balance.
But I've been always balanced.
yeah, right. Just to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's
basically,
not like
yeah.
I matching the Lord with the will.
yeah,
Nah.
The Lord can't match no will.
No.
just,
Can.
yeah.
Yeah.
We are more in that.
Mm-hmm.
In Luke 5, yeah.
Yeah,
In Luke 5 here, continuing at verses, I read verse 7 again. It says, and they beckoned unto their partners which were in the other ship, that they should come and help them. I'm putting it in perspective of this time too. Brothers working now,
um,
and they beckoning to in others in the other ship to come and help. Meaning, to the other fishermen, men that are part of the ministry, come and help.
um,
Don't see what going on and just be rock back.
um,
You come and help with what's happening.
um,
There's the message of this video as well, to come and help to the brothers. Just bringing it out of the perspective of just northern and southern, because we can narrow it into
Yeah, now I don't go this
Right.
time.
to this
house.
time. That is it.
So like yeah, I'm just to add, and I even going to what I was telling brother Yakal here, you had to like simple like how we come up here. I wanted to. Me and brother was talking, I said, we was talking about something. I said, I wish I could do this to you right now. Why can I meet up you right now? I want you to make it happen. So it's not like it's like, all right, I want to see you or you want to see me as bad as I want to see you. So I know that when we come together, we could get this thing, we could get this work going on. So it's not like I had a call constantly be telling you, well, I'm come and check, man. It come to you through your spirit, it just show up by a brother, to iron sharp, as you were saying earlier on, iron sharp, iron. You as the scripture say also charity deliver it from many sin. So also that and also that part of the works too. Even charity, you brotherly love, not to forsake in the assembly. You understand? So we as virgins here, you understand, also doing your videos. You understand? Because you'll be like, that video. When I called you one time, I said, I was clearing up. That was the Passover. And I say, before the Passover, I say, I have a lesson, or they did. You understand? Had me in the spirit. And and I was just, going now. And even though I was tired from, working physically in the sea and stuff, when I come up, I was preparing and cleaning as I'm put my heels was hurting. And I wasn't studying the pain, but I was studying the word. And I often say I was so lucky I didn't focus. Remember, you had to put precepts up and be in the spirit. But that's the whole thing. We have a body and everybody had a part to play. Hey, let me be on fire pertaining to the brotherly love.
That's right.
You understand? Let me give charity, let me give arms, let me support the thing.
I rather that you were cold or hot.
Can.
You understand? You gotta be, and you wait to really be hot for this.
Yeah.
Because if you're cold, that means you're not doing at all. And if you're not doing at all, it's either you're out or you're in. Don't try to mix that.
Yeah.
You understand? Don't try to mix that. You gotta be hot. So you come into the works wherever there is camp. That is you showing some form of warmth.
Yeah.
Right? But he don't want that warmth. He don't want it to be warm. He want it to be hot. So you have to come. Yes, you have to come the works in it. But you have to do more to be on fire.
Yeah, Apostle Gaba make a analogy on it about food. He put it in a way of food and drink and
So like porridge.
Yeah, well, he was like talking about tea.
Yeah.
They didn't want to drink tea cold.
Yeah.
Because they would spit out that, they wouldn't want to drink that. They want tea hot. And you ain't want, like, you ain't want a beverage, a certain beverage, as like say, you have a juice. You ain't want that when you come from a hot day, you ain't want that hot. You want that cold. You understand? And certain things you want that soup, you want that hot. You understand?
That thing suitable for cold, and that thing suitable for hot. But when you try to mix that to that real, it distasteful.
So you will spit it out. Because if you're cold, you really see, alright, I not on that, and I damnation. But if you're in truth, and well, you see in truth, and you're trying to camouflage yourself, and you fooling your own self.
And what you do just now is like, these Christians and them, right? They must go hard for the scriptures and believe in.
Yeah.
They must be diligent for the scriptures, them believe in. Whatever it is, Muslim, whatever, them be diligent.
Yeah, like my sister.
For the scriptures, them believe in. And now the Lord take me out of that. Right? He said all it was under that cloud. All it was with that covenant in the beginning. In Exodus 20. All it was under that. I call you out of that. I still have that remembrance to you. pure mind, we have remembrance. Give you back that knowledge. Scripture says, seeing that seeing that we,
Seek the Lord 10 times.
see what was in us
Because with their mind to go
go
astray.
astray, seek him
So be
10
repeated.
times more.
Mhm.
So you gotta be diligent for what right.
Mm-hmm.
We had the truth. You gotta be diligent for that. Them diligent for that fucking shit out there, boy.
Because the thing too, this thing sure. You understand? And that's really a faith something. Now everybody could actually will attest to see this that salvation and thing is sure. But this thing the promise is sure.
Yeah.
As long as you're doing your part and you're choosing from the Lord, the promises is sure. It's not something that is if or if, yeah, but it's something sure.
It's something sure.
It's not
We
something that
have a more sure
Hold
word.
it up,
more sure
see?
with a prophecy. Yeah.
First Corinthians 9 and 17. For if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward.
I read from
But
16, you know.
alright. 1 Corinthians 9 and 16. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of.
So, this is not about us boasting about we doing the work. You know? There's not what we trying to. We're not boasting in. You understand? Because at the end of the day, a man could do a million videos, and if it is he not right within himself, he will not make it. It's not a worthless any man should boast.
Yeah.
It's not about us pushing the work to boast and say, well, this is what we just be doing, and it's not about that. Like the man who come and say, Lord, I fast twice a week, and I this and I this and I that and I deep.
Yeah.
It's not about that. So don't even mistake it to be that.
And it's not even a we thing too. This is not a we thing. This is what the Lord requires you to do, you know, that to make it. But this is not a we thing. For a man to boast about what he doing, then he consider this thing to be about him. You know how we think?
And then we're going to go on. Oh, that's just for you next.
Yeah.
I'll bring all that for you. It says, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me.
It's a necessity that what we had to do.
Yeah.
Because we scripture say, therefore, know the terror, the Lord, we persuade men.
Yeah.
It's because we terrified, yo. We don't want the Lord to fuck me up.
We don't want to die.
Well,
It says, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel.
like he said, he said, woe is unto me if I don't do this. Like we saying, if I don't do this, what I doing here? Destruction. And that's the same mindset that we in. It's not because this is not a competition. We're not trying to compete with each other and see who could do the most videos, you know.
Or which camp is the best camp?
This is not about that, you know. Who could do the most? We competing to see who could do the most videos, you know. No, this is about us making sure and do the Lord work, because that we say to do, or else you're going to die.
That's right.
And then too is really going into faith, because it have like the church of Berea, right? Men might say, well, them camps competing and whatever, but the church of Berea, they would have the scriptures say what they study the scriptures to see if it be so. The only camp you see in that spirit is great milestone. They study the scripture to make sure that they're doing the right thing, and then it have now in the book of Sirach, in the prologue, wait, right? And in the book of Sirach, in the prologue, where it talk about they that are addicted to the word. So it's not a boasting, it's not a wee thing, but it really go back to the spirit that could be in men, the spirit that will be in the church of Berea, the same men, the same apostles, the spirit subject to the prophets. So you don't feel like it's men. The Lord put the spirit on men to correct men when they're going off, put the spirit on men to preach the truth and all these things. So that is what it really is about. And then come back to faith.
That way you're saying, what the brother saying in a nutshell is either you had the spirit or you don't.
You don't, yeah.
It's either way wind on too, you know, because we cannot, like the man who saw the spirit that was on the apostles and said he wanted to purchase it. No. You can't purchase this. This has to be given to you, and that's why the apostles rebuke him so sharply. Thy money perish with thee, because it's not of him that will it. The Lord had to give you this, that gift. You know. It's a gift, and now we scripture say that you desire spiritual gifts, but rather that you would prophesy. So the ultimate gift is the ability to prophesy.
Yeah.
Are we saying the best thing to desire is the ability to do this work, to prophesy like this?
In a nutshell, that is the book of Hebrews 5, where the Lord say, Hebrews 5, the Lord say, Hebrews 5, yeah, from 1, right? Because the brother says a gift, right? And when you
We read one more verse and then we read
Yeah.
verse 5, right?
Right?
It says, "For if I do this thing willingly,
Yeah.
I have a reward." It says, "But if against my will, dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me."
Yeah.
So as
You
the
know?
brother was bringing out, he set for to do camp videos. I mean camp day on a one day for the week, right? So whatever day for the week, Tuesday, Sunday, whatever day for the week, Saturday, it's given for that mandatory. We had to do that, which wasn't come from us, it come from our elders that they set. So that's like a tradition. Right? This is what we do. This is what we do. And you just follow on that. This is what we do. This is what we do. So right. Tell her to come out and do the work every week. I doing that. But you say, well, not willingly now.
Mm-hmm.
If I do this on my own time, my own free time, I order 3 times a week. I order twice a week.
Yeah.
I do more videos when the day come.
Yeah.
It's nothing against me. I never forced me to do that.
Yeah.
I do this willingly.
Yeah, because I love how you load and love how you roots.
Because we went into this dispensation which go back to the word reaching out. You understand? That is that committed unto you. You might watch it as a burden because you're not doing it willingly. You understand? It hurts when you don't know that you have to force yourself to go and do a video.
But this is the love of God that we keep His commandments and they are not what.
Grievous.
Right?
Anyway, I think
Yeah, I have it here, but Hebrews 5 and
one.
1 Saturday and 1, you said?
Yeah, just to prove my point there, I'm saying about the gift.
Right? So the Hebrews chapter 5 and verses 1. It says, "For every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men in things pertaining to power, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins."
And you know the high priest, well, is Yahweh Shai. You understand? And we as men taken from among men ordained for men in things pertaining to the Lord. You understand? And that is we go back to a dispensation again. It's committed unto us. The Lord take you from among men and put you now you
stay on a post.
put them same. You gotta go out there and preach now. As we taken from among the world, you gotta go out there and preach to that same world that you was taken from among now. Yeah.
I not more now.
This body is not yours.
This body now you come out of that. And all of we is priests at the end of the day. Our priests are also do. Zacharias, John the Baptist's father. He was the daily thing to go and light incense and things like that. So now it's a daily thing we to push this word and do this, give this version. We priests now. And this is transition. We fighting a spiritual war now.
Yeah.
You understand? We doing that priest thing now, giving thanks to our lips. From our lips now, this is sacrifice now. Giving thanks to his name to our lips. Let go praise his holy name.
And as you said that there, it should reflect on Hebrews, the 7th chapter, where it says pertaining to Yahweh Shai, when he made that sacrifice, it says, "Who needed not daily as those other priests."
To offer both for
But
himself.
he did it once.
Yeah.
So now, who would the other priest be? The other priest who had to do it daily would fall into us. We had to do it. We had to give our sacrifice daily.
Yeah.
And he did it once. Meaning Yahweh Shai don't have to do no videos and things. He don't make that sacrifice where he make it once and it's good for all.
Yeah.
But we know who here in the office of the priesthood, what we have to do? We have to do it. We can't do it. We can't do one video and say that is it.
No, the Lord says,
There's no sacrifice we can give once and cover it like that. Like he
put not off the Lord from day to day. You understand? Every day you have to deal with the Lord. Pray that is everything, like praying, fast when you could.
We know I do a video every day. But if today I do a video, and tomorrow I say, boy, I'm going to study tomorrow, so the next day I could do a nice video.
Yeah, yes,
And the next day I study. And you
All I part of the works,
That is
all I
it.
part of the works, and then I
part of the offering.
what I part of the offering. Have a precept at the back of is basically what they was saying in the book of First Peter chapter 2, verse 9 say, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who had called you out of the darkness, going back into amongst men, into the marvelous light, to show your light." You understand? So let your light so shine. You understand? I have a piece of the code on already. So this is bring it out? Or anything I want to bring out?
I want to
I will really bring out this one here.
It's 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 4. And verse 6. For Yahweh, who commanded the light to shine. This is his command. for your light to shine. A man, as the brother bring out to you, a man to just hide that light on that bush there. Or you just put it in the room to light the whole house. Alright? For Yahweh who commanded the light to shine out of darkness had shine in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh in the face of Yahweh Shai. But we have this treasure in our earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh, not of us. We are troubled, or jump down, it says, verse 10, it says, always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahushai, that the life also of Yahushai might be made manifest in our bodies. He already manifest that he's the son of God, and he died, he part.
Yeah, that's why in you read it, I was trying to say it is finished. You understand? Yeah, after you drink the vinegar, before you give up the ghost, you say it is finished. Basically, that's what we want to be able to see.
Can
We do the work, we run the race, and then we make sure we hold on to the end, and then we say, right, it is finished.
I will put Apostle Paul say, I ain't fighting that one at the end. I trying to put it in, I trying to put in them punches, put in them lash.
can so it's like even also when because we know living in the revival when empire same time when you are try persecuted at the same time and you can see when it's compliment and the Lord. So we will be feeling the spirit where you are try to feel, we're going back into the brothers who go and be martyrs. You understand? Being blameless, you understand? Putting your as being let's say they're going they're gonna make it a spectacle. So you're gonna be showing as a terrorist, or you're showing as this, or you're showing as a person. You know to yourself that all you do is just prophesy, just as you have over showing your shy. You understand? So, well, that reproach,
Righteousness sake.
That's right.